Hello, welcome back.
Welcome
Episode
to
9.
Daddy, Daughter, Mini Bites.
Yes, I'm Daddy.
Hey, I'm
And
Daughter.
She's daughter. I'm Deliana. Anyways, today we're going to talk about something that I don't know why everybody else gets angry, but it's very chaotic, and that's privacy.
Woo! Yeah!
That's privacy.
I love that thing.
Yeah, of course you love privacy. And why parents hate it? Well, we don't hate it. It's just we just don't like being stuck in the dark all the time. Being the last
And
one to
here's
find
why
out.
daughters love it.
Wow.
I feel like we both have different ideas, but why I like privacy is because I like it when my stuff is my business. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Now, I feel like it's like what I feel, or the perspective that I know a lot from teenage girls themselves is like, my parents want to be involved in everything. You know what I mean? Or not only that, but it's kind of like they want to be involved to the point where it's not like my things; it's their things too. You know what I mean? Like privacy is more or less than like secrecy, and more or less like this is just like my personal thing.
So that's the thing. That you treat privacy as a secret. And not privacy.
Okay.
See, there's two different things. You're keeping away secrets. Now, secrets, it's one thing.
Okay.
But privacy is another. Okay, let's distinguish, because fathers tend to give more privacy to their daughters than mothers. They care less about privacy. But also, as a father, if I ask you to show me something, I want you to show.
Okay, what's that?
Girls have diaries. I think that's a good comparison, right?
I mean, none of us really have diaries.
No, you misunderstand. Girls or women have diaries. They write shit down, and they just vent in a certain way. But guys don't so much have diaries, but they have locker room talk, which is the same as gossip, but without all the details. They just go straight to the point. So it's more fast paced. It's more like, this motherfucker pisses me off, a piece of shit, stuff like that. That guy really annoys me. I can't believe it. But it stays in the locker room. It doesn't go anywhere else. And we don't have evidence of the locker room talk unless somebody commits the total backstabbing and they record and then they release it out to the public or to the person that we're actually talking about. But yeah, almost like locker room talk. And taking a video of it, it's almost like betraying us. Like you betray that trust. You know what I mean? Yeah, I understand what you mean. Anyway, so you don't like it?
No, I personally don't like it.
Nobody likes it. But do you understand where?
I understand where the concern comes from.
Yeah, because.
Yeah, I understand where the
concern
comes from.
Because sometimes daughters or even sons, they're talking to somebody, right? And they don't understand the difference. Daughters, teens are so naive. You have no idea. They're so naive. They don't know what the hell's going on. But some teens are very, very witty and smart and wicked. And so they become your friends, and you don't even know their agenda, but they become your friends, right? Your decision skills are based on emotion. That's how you feel that day. If you feel good, and you feel good, that makes you feel good about a decision. If you feel bad, you feel worse about a decision. So if somebody catches you on a good day and you're very happy, you're going to more than likely say yes to whatever that person's going to say and ask you. That's why. That's why it's hard for us to trust you.
Okay. Now here's my thing.
Okay, your thing.
Here's most of our perspectives, which is what most of us think. If my parents can't trust me, what gives me a reason to trust them?
Okay, you can't do that.
That was most of our thing.
Okay, but they can't do that. You guys, teens can't do that. That's wrong to do that. Okay. My thing is this. If you can't see that as trust, if you can't trust us, and if you don't believe that your life or whatever it took to get you to this level of your life that you're at, if you don't feel like that merits trust, we're already starting off on the wrong foot. Because it doesn't. Okay. That's where I think the confusion comes in because I don't understand how it does it. I understand how it does.
Okay, keeping me alive and
No,
making
not-
sacrifices to quote unquote keep me alive.
Mhm.
That doesn't earn trust from a teenager.
Okay.
They may come to you when they they know that you're their parent, but that isn't kind of like that trust.
That's
Like
not
I'll
trust?
come for you to anything. No,
Okay.
that's not. I'm pretty sure every
you
good or
saw it-
decent parent
if
keeps
you
their
saw-
children alive.
I know, but if you saw that,
Uh-huh.
my question is, why don't you see it as somebody I can trust?
Okay.
I would see that as somebody like me as a man, not as a daughter. Me as a man, if
See,
somebody,
that's the thing.
Why-
You see it as someone from the man because you look into. Okay, keep going.
I know that's what I'm saying. I
Uh-huh.
look at it as something I can trust. Like,
Uh-huh.
oh, they're reliable. I can trust them.
Uh-huh.
You know. Now, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
I may not trust them with everything, but it's a stepping stone. Is what I'm
Okay.
saying. It's there, so it's not like you can't go down from that.
Mm-hmm.
If this is no trust and this is trust, parents are here at a trust level already,
Uh-huh.
or they should be at a trust level already, bar none. Regardless, they can't go down to the no trust level.
Okay.
They have to always be at this trust level. It may
Okay.
not be at the trust level you want,
Here's okay. Yeah.
but their starting level of trust is way above most people. So
Okay.
what I'm saying is that me as a man, when I see the sacrifices that my parents made and like in general the people around me made, that merits trust. That I say that's especially if it's your family,
Uh-huh.
that merits trust whatsoever. Doesn't matter. But you don't see it like that. You see it as it doesn't merit trust. It's two separate things.
Because where I'm coming from is because you started off the video. You're like it's
Oh.
hard to trust teenagers.
No,
Yeah. Okay. So let's just
Because
say no. For example, for instance, let's just say that like I was talking to the wrong people, right? And these people were like bad influences. They're leading me into the wrong thing. And then my parent already doesn't trust me to handle things. But I was being led in the wrong direction and I don't like it, so I want to go tell an adult. What makes you think that I'm going to go to you, an adult that doesn't trust me already, to go rattle on myself like, hey, these people are bad influences and, I trust you with this, but you don't trust. That's like,
Okay.
it's like,
So I understand where you're coming
Uh-huh.
from, that it has to be a mutual trust.
it has to be a mutual trust.
But I'll tell you right now that it's not, because you haven't earned
It's not for you or it's not for me.
you haven't earned the trust of your parents yet. Any team has not earned the trust of their parents yet at all. The only way you earn it is if you share.
But how are you supposed to share if you don't
Because
even have
how-
that trust in the first place? You're supposed to, okay, it's like
So,
a bet.
what
You
you-
invest trust, basically. It's like, okay, it's like letting your
I
teenager
know.
go out for the
You
first
just
time.
said it.
What?
You invest trust.
Yeah, but you don't do that.
No. We invest trust so you can come back and say, hey,
Yeah,
trust
but
me,
you
so-
started it off by saying, we don't trust you.
Yeah, I know.
You should have started saying, you invest trust. By putting in a little bit of
We
trust,
okay. Yeah.
putting in a little bit of trust, letting your teen, okay, I trust you to go out, that you're not going to do something bad. I have your location,
Well,
and, just do this, come
No.
back at 6. Teenager comes back at 6. Okay, I trust them a little bit more because now they know what
No,
time
yeah.
they're supposed to come
Yeah.
back, and they actually come back.
absolutely.
That's how they build it. You
Yeah.
started off by saying, well, I don't trust my teenager.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is basically saying, like, I don't
No.
trust you at all, and you didn't enter my
No,
trust.
that's not basically what it says. I mean,
That's basically what you
it is.
implied.
It is.
That's
It's
basically what you implied,
That's
though.
exactly what it is. Yes,
Yeah.
I know.
You have no trust in teenagers.
I know. That's why
Uh-huh.
when you just said right now,
Uh-huh.
that's how you gain trust. You just said it right now.
Uh-huh.
So from the get go, we don't
Uh-huh.
trust you.
Yeah, from the
But
get-go,
but
you
when
don't trust.
but you build trust.
Yeah,
what
you
just
build trust.
Just like what you just said. I'll let you do this, but you have
Uh-huh.
to do this.
Okay.
That's how you build trust.
But if a teenager's gonna come to you and you have no trust in them, how are
No.
they supposed to have trust in you?
Okay, you just said it. Like if I have no
Uh-huh.
trust in you, then we build trust.
I know, but how are you relying on that teenager to come to you if you don't
Because I
have it?
relied on that teenager to do it, to go and I allowed that teenager to do it. That's what I'm saying. So
But you just said you had, okay.
when you start with 0, for instance, you.
Uh-huh.
Let's say, for instance, you start with 0, and I tell you, I don't trust you, nothing,
Uh-huh.
at all.
Uh-huh.
0 trust.
Uh-huh.
And then I go, but I want you to, you want to go over here. Perfect, go. But I need you back at this time. Like, you perfectly give me an example. I need you back at this time. To be back at this time, cool. I trusted you. Building trust. I trusted you to go out on your own. Yeah. And then I trusted you to come back at the time I told you.
Exactly.
Okay, that's building trust. That's nothing to do, because you start at 0.
Yeah.
Okay, we're fine now. So what was your point? That I don't trust you from the get-go? Yeah, of course. I don't trust you from the
but
get-go.
You're saying, like, I don't trust teenagers. Like, you just make that statement. You didn't say I could learn to trust. You just said I can't trust teenagers.
I don't trust you. I can't trust teenagers.
Exactly. You just said it again.
No.
Hi, Dad.
Hi.
Okay, so you...
See, if I say hi to you, I don't expect more than a hi. That's totally wrong. Go ahead.
What?
Yeah, that's a
We're
bad
having
analogy.
a conversation.
No, I want you to ask me a question. Something that's simple to you. So ask me a question that's simple to you. And then I'll respond in kind to your question. Just to let you know that it's unfair. It's unfair. Because then I would know exactly how I would want the answer to come out. When I ask you a question. For instance, if I ask you a question like, hey, how many friends do you have at school? You can say, oh, I have, you would say a lot.
I would say a lot, because you're asking how many friends, regardless of whether they're good friends, bad friends, little friends, big friends, you know what I mean? Like, basically every single person that I know that I would consider my friend. And that's extremely vague. Like, it's like saying... How many
friends do you have at school is extremely vague?
It's extremely... How many good friends do you have at... Who do you hang out with more is better? Or who do you like to spend time with? Who do you eat lunch with? You know what I mean? Those are better questions.
Okay, right.
Those are way better questions.
Okay, understood.
Okay,
all right.
start with the question. Like, conversations just start out of nowhere.
It was an example.
Like here, I'll pretend to be a parent, you're a kid. Okay? I'm a parent, you're a kid. Okay. Hi, sweetheart.
Leave me alone! Leave me alone. I'm having a bad day. I'm going to have a period.
You're not funny. You're not funny.
That's exactly what you did. Inside your head. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. Hi, so I was just thinking, that is not what a kid does.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Okay. Hi, so, like, I was thinking if you wanted to go get ice cream, maybe we could go get,
No,
something.
I don't feel like ice cream.
You don't feel like it?
No.
What do you feel like?
Not ice cream.
Not ice cream?
Not
really?
ice cream, yeah. I don't feel
Tell
like
me
ice cream.
what you do feel like.
I just did. I told you not ice cream.
I know.
What don't you understand about not ice cream? Oh my God, you never see. Exactly. Ooh, booyah! Got you. What? Got you. That's exactly what you would do. Damn it. You know it. And you know it, mommy. That's why you're loving me. You know it. Woo, woo. Yeah. 1 point daddy out. Yeah. That's exactly what happened. Thank you. That's it for episode number 9. We're going to finish it up right there. We love you guys. Have fun. Subscribe.
Oh my God.
Like, enjoy.